You know, it's been a long time since I played a good tactical RPG. Hell, it's been a long time since I played any tactical RPG. So, released on January 20th as a downloadable game for Xbox Live and the PlayStation Network, Hijinks Studios and Konami released Vandal Hearts Flames of Judgment for about $10. Well, Konami was kind enough to give me a free downloadable copy to review for you, and I thought this game was fun as hell. Now, I must be the only one left in the world to enjoy a good tactical RPG because all my friends just said this game looked boring or childish, and many of you left comments over at my other gameplay channel, Zeitgeist Other, stating that you thought the game just looked lame. Well, come on guys, you've got to expand your horizons a bit and check out some other genres besides your typical first-person shooters. Now, for those of you who are willing to download this title, let everyone here know what you thought about it by leaving your comments below. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter to stay up to date with all my upcoming reviews and news. For the past 20 years, the kingdoms of Urdu and Balustrade have been in a massive war, consuming all the people and resources. After much damage on both sides, God intervenes and stops the war by shooting huge fireballs into the battlefield, killing most of the soldiers. For one reason or another, the general of Balustrade just can't let the war end, so he hires a bunch of bandits to attack towns in his kingdom to appear as though the Urdu are still attacking and to encourage the king to continue the war. The game begins with a few friends training in combat and magic when their town comes under attack. Your party rushes to the local garrison to recruit some soldiers for help and acquire a few additional party members along the way. For one reason or another, each of the 6 characters have a reason to try to stop the war, but really none of it's very interesting. To be honest, I didn't care about the story at all. It never drew me in and it was really just boring. I tried to skip through as much of the dialogue as I could just to get to the action. Basically, we're just playing chess with swords and magic here. From start to finish, Vandal Hearts Flames of Judgment took me between 12 and 15 hours to complete, and it's a single player throughout. The game itself could actually take you a whole lot longer than this if you wanted to though. There's a lot of secret battles to discover, and every time you beat a level, it can then be replayed to practice or to give yourself additional battles to level up further. Beyond that, the game is pretty damn hard because besides simply killing all the enemies, certain characters must survive the battles, and it seems that the bad guys focus fire these characters down. It takes a lot of time to really figure out what's going on and to figure out your tactics, and each new level provides new challenges to overcome. Just when you feel you've defeated all of the enemies, a new wave will appear, forcing you to reevaluate your tactics. While the combat system is identical in every battle, the layouts of the battlefields vary greatly, and you'll often face different foes, so it never really feels repetitious.
Very good.
Like most tactical RPGs, Flames of Judgment has you controlling several characters on a large grid. Each character can wield 2 weapons and use magic. Whether you want to give them 1 melee and 1 ranged weapon, or 2 melee weapons is up to you. Spells are learned by equipping magical spell books and then simply casting it a few times, so you can rotate the spells between all of your characters until they learn the spell. It's important that you have some characters that focus on advancing their healing spells, some that focus on ranged attacks, and others that are your tanks and fighters. As you fight, you'll level up in a variety of different stats, based on how you're playing your characters. Much of the time will be spent between battles, where you use a map to determine where you want to battle next. Lots of preparation needs to occur here before each battle, including purchasing new weapons, armor, magic, and items. Nonetheless, the gameplay to me was just fun. You have as long as you want to make your moves, so you can just take your time and really enjoy yourself as you play. Being a downloadable game, you can't expect top-of-the-line graphics obviously, but I really liked the cartoony style of the presentation. To me, the graphics really looked a lot like World of Warcraft. Though the cutscenes just look like some oil paintings that kind of moved around and are pretty cheesy, they don't really add anything to the game. On top of that, there are some really long loading times between each mission, which to me seem pretty odd considering how the graphics are not top-notch. When you equip new armor, the graphics are not updated on your characters, which, if you've seen some of my other reviews by now, you know that really bothers me. There is very little voice acting in the game, so it's really not worth mentioning, but the music is pretty well done. It complements the game nicely and really helps you enjoy the battles.
Well fought, man.
Perhaps the developer made such a short, pretty game to test the market. Nonetheless, I thought it was really fun to play. Let's let Hijinks Studios know that there is a market for quality tactical RPGs. They clearly have the formula for a great game. Now let's see a full-length title with high-res graphics, high-quality CG cutscenes, a great story, quality voice actors, the whole package. I feel that Flames of Judgment is worth the $10 you'll spend to download it, but I'd certainly be willing to fork out $60 for the game I just described. Let me know what you think with your questions and comments below. Check out a ton of blazing HD gameplay footage for my reviewed games at my other channel, Zeitgeist Other, and follow me on Twitter to get to see what game reviews are coming up next. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and register at zeitgeistgamereview.com.